Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears up to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. And I got another one for you straight out of Fulton County, Georgia. As I say as a precipice to all of my videos about Atlanta, it is supposed to be the hub for the black middle class and people moving down there, and the progressions that have been made with this black utopian space down in Atlanta. But there's an underbelly of corruption and chaos that is taking place. And of course, we know that Fani Willis, the U.S. Attorney's Office, that was going after Trump has been a big issue. And now that Trump has won the presidency, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Fani Willis's department and that investigation and that current legal issue. But there is a ton of corruption and chaos that is taking place in Fulton County Jail. Many times you can kind of see as a precipice of what is the climate and what's going on in your city by what is taking place in your jail system and your prison system and how these detainees are being treated, whether it's St. Louis City Jail, Chicago Cook County Jail, LA County Jail, New York City jails. There is a lot going on, and it looks like Fulton County is falling apart day by day in their jail system. And these people that you are electing in your city and state politics should be just as important as who you vote for in your national presidential election. So let's get into this one. This one has a complete cloud and umbrella of a correctional officer and some detainees that tried to have a murder for hire plot targeting Fulton County jail officials, and luckily it got foiled and nothing took place. What is happening in Fulton County, people? The Atlanteans there, you all need to look in the mirror and make these officials accountable, because people are dying in Fulton County Jail. There's all kinds of assaults that are taking place, and now you have a murder for hire plot. So let's talk about this one. This is a very, very interesting and strange case. Murder for hire plot targeting Fulton County Jail officers foiled, and 6 people have been indicted. 6 individuals, including a detention officer, have been indicted on charges of conspiring to murder 2 Fulton County Jail officers and engaging in drug and firearm offenses, according to federal prosecutors. The accused include Wayne Alford, Latasha Baker, Matthew Freeman, also known as Coach Poker Face Matt, and Gotti Freeman. Now listen to these nicknames. Jaheim Arnold, also known as Slime and Top Slime. Carlos Pearson, also known as Rico Reflection and Rice Rico. And Jaden Barnes, also known as Swipe and L Swiper. Each allegedly involved in a scheme to eliminate jail staff who disrupted their illegal drug and contraband operations within the jail system. Now, did you just listen to these nicknames that they have? L Swiper, Rico, Rice Rico, Gotti Freeman, Poker Face Matt. I mean, this sounds like some kind of mafia organization. It's almost funny. But this allegation is not funny. The group is accused of coordinating the murder for hire plot from inside and outside prison walls, reportedly agreeing to pay hired killers $1,000 each to execute the targeted officers. $1,000. That's what people are putting the value of a life today. Not $100,000, not $1 million, $1,000. And these people are putting this price tag on individuals' heads, and they're detainees in a prison. along with one correctional officer who's headed to prison. So they agreed to pay hired killers $1,000 each to execute the targeted officers. U.S. Attorney Ryan K. Buchanan condemned the alleged actions as a callous disregard for human life. Yeah, that's what I just said, $1,000. That's all the value of human life is today. There's a fine line between life and death. And emphasized the importance of federal, state, and local partnerships in thwarting the scheme. Prosecuting threats of violence against law enforcement officials during the performance of their duties is a top priority for the Department of Justice, U.S. Attorney Buchanan said. The indictment details a complex conspiracy involving Alford, a pretrial detainee at Fulton County Jail, who allegedly collaborated with Freeman, who is also currently serving a sentence for armed robbery at Valdosta State Prison, and Baker, a detention officer at the jail. This is the young lady, female correctional officer. Authorities report that contraband cell phones were used for communication between conspirators inside the facilities. Officials say the plan was foiled when the targeted officers noticed tracking devices affixed to their vehicles. According to the indictment, Pearson and Barnes were allegedly recruited to carry out the killings, and several suspects are linked to the Goodfellas gang. So I guess these black people thought that they were Italian mobsters, the Goodfellas gang. It's a joke. This indictment underscores the serious nature of the allegations and the importance of accountability, said Fulton County Sheriff Patrick Labatt. And under this Fulton County Sheriff, this Labatt guy, there has been an underscore of all kinds of negativity taking place in Fulton County Jail. And how he's been elected as the Fulton County Sheriff is beyond me. He needs to go, this Patrick Labatt. It is unthinkable and deplorable that one of our detention officers would conspire to have one or more of her co-workers killed. On October 22nd, a federal grand jury returned a 6-count indictment that was unsealed on November 4th. The indictment includes charges of conspiracy to commit murder for hire, drug trafficking, and firearm offenses. And so here are the list of the charges of these people. Wayne Alford, 27, of Mildredgeville. He is charged with 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder for hire, drug trafficking conspiracy, and conspiracy to carry a firearm doing a drug trafficking crime. The next person, Matthew Freeman, 26, of Glenville, is charged with 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder for hire, drug trafficking conspiracy, and conspiracy to carry a firearm doing a drug trafficking crime. Latasha Baker, 38, of Hampton, 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder for hire, drug trafficking conspiracy, and conspiracy to carry a firearm doing a drug trafficking crime. Jaheim Arnold, 21. Now listen to how young these people are, of Atlanta. 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder for hire, drug trafficking conspiracy, and additional firearm charges. Carlos Pearson, 33. All these people in the beginning of their life, of College Park, is charged with 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder for hire. And then you have Jaden Barnes, who's only 19 years old, of Atlanta, is charged with 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder for hire. The FBI acting special agent in charge, Sean Burke, expressed relief that the plot was uncovered before harm could come to the officers. We are extremely grateful that this plot was foiled, Burke said. The case is being handled by the FBI, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, and the Georgia Department of Corrections. Assistant U.S. Attorneys Matthew R. Lagrone and Teresa Stoltz will lead the prosecution. What in the devil is going on the watch of the Sheriff's Department under Mr. Labatt, under Fulton County Sheriff Patrick Labatt's watch? There is all kinds of hubris and craziness that is taking place. And now you have a correctional officer and 5 detainees that were plotting crimes inside Fulton County Jail and outside. How they were able to get illegal cell phones is beyond me. What is going on in Fulton County and Atlanta proper? And this does not make an ounce of sense. The FBI needs to go in there and do a full sweep of what's going on in Fulton County. And this is an embarrassment. So, in brief, let's recap what's going on. You got 6 individuals, including a Fulton County detention officer, facing federal charges, allegedly conspiring to murder jail officers who interfered with their drug and contraband operations. The alleged plot was uncovered when the targeted officers found tracking devices attached to their vehicles. Suspects reportedly used contraband cell phones to coordinate the scheme from within the jail and prison. One guy was in prison. Federal, state, and local agencies collaborated in the investigation, leading to a 6-count indictment, which includes charges of conspiracy to commit murder for hire, drug trafficking, and firearm offenses. What in the world is happening? And as I said, you had this one gentleman who was in jail at the Valdosta State Prison, Mr. Freeman. How in the world these individuals are already in jail and one is in prison, and they're steadily trying to commit even more crimes, and one as egregious as a murder for hire? There is a lack of respect for authority, for the court system, for the legal system that is taking place in Fulton County. And Fulton County needs to be flushed, cleansed of all of the politicians and the appointed attorneys, the appointed sheriff office is down there, and they need to do an overhaul and get an entirely new group of individuals there. This will spew out from Fulton County Jail and their prisons into the streets of Atlanta, and there could be even more people harmed, hurt, and even murdered as a result of this kind of chaotic disruption and chaos that is taking place within the Fulton County Jail. Where is accountability and responsibility? The price for human life today is so minuscule that this does not make any sense. $1,000 for a hit that luckily that did not happen. The truth walks in his own shoes. It eats his own flesh, and it never wavers. The Fulton County people, the people of Atlanta, Georgia proper, need to take a look in the mirror, and you may have the wrong people that's acting on your behalf as legal advisors, politicians, legislators, and we need to get Atlanta and Fulton County back into a healthy public safety spot, both inside the Fulton County Jail and throughout the city of Atlanta. Tell me what you think of this crazy case that is taking place in Atlanta, a murder for hire plot. There is more and more going on in Fulton County each and every day, and this is not shedding a good light on Fulton County, let alone Atlanta proper. Tell me what you think. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth in a positive, righteous, and God-fearing way.